Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 2, Episode 207. I got home late last night, got up early this morning, and the idea was maybe I should stay near home and play some poker. And I thought to myself, man, what are you, crazy? What's your EV in poker? I mean, I've done well. I've had $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 winning days. I've won $100 and $200 tournaments and things like that, and won $5,000, $3,000, that type of thing. But never anything major, and nothing consistent. You know, I win here, lose there. And I know what my skill level is, and I can beat a home game for the most part, but I can't beat the good players. Don't have all the skills that I need. So if my EV is that low, maybe $20, $30 an hour, why would I just hang around and do that and waste time? So, of course, being used to waking up at a certain hour, you continue to do that. And even when I had to wake up at 2 a.m. years ago, I would wake up without an alarm clock. I would just know to wake up. I don't know how, but it would always work out. And so I woke up early and decided, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and go on a trip today. So figured out a plan and got showered and cleaned up and everything and took off. So right now I am on my way to the first casino. I should arrive there by 8:15, and I should be done there by 8:45, start my 8:45 meeting till 9, and then drive for the next hour and 45 minutes to the next place. And by then my third meeting should be ending, and I'll be able to have a normal day. So basically probably cost myself half an hour, 45 minutes by leaving when I did and going to the places that I'm going to, but I think it's going to be fine. The goal today is to make $1,500. I think that's very doable. Yesterday made about $2,400 to $2,500, puts us about $1,000 away from our weekly goal, maybe a little bit less actually, probably $700 away from the weekly goal. But would love to start eating away at the deficit, and what I mean by deficit is where I should be for the year right now. I was a little bit behind and would like to eat away at that and get back to where I'm supposed to be. So yeah, right now it is 55 degrees, and I'm on my way to the first casino, and I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. I went into the first spot, and the parking lot was like empty, completely empty. I walk in, I start looking at some machines, and I could tell that someone else was there a little bit earlier, like very close to the time that I was in there, because all the markings that they had were still on the machines. So I did keep looking around anyway. I was already there and I had the time. So I ended up finding a couple small plays. A couple went well, a couple didn't, and overall ended ahead $44. So not a big deal here, plus $44, but right now I have a meeting starting in 5 minutes, and then another meeting after that, and then hopefully I can update you before my third meeting. But overall, good start to the day, no problems so far. Good weather, 63 degrees, clear, well, overcast skies, but some sun coming through, and you know, good day to be an AP. So I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So one thing I wanted to mention to you is I learned that a lot of the casinos that I go to, just from talking to supervisors and managers and things like that, have a threshold that unless you're spreading a lot, like 1 to 20, 1 to 40, they will not even do anything after an initial look at you. So they'll kind of evaluate your game first off, and then after they do that once, they're not going to look at you again unless you have larger wins. Some places are lower than others, but generally it seems like about between 1,000 and 2,000 seems to be the mark. So I think that's what's given me a lot of longevity in these places. So anyway, went through the first meeting, got some information that I needed for the second meeting, went through the second meeting, and right now I'm getting close to my second stop. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to get there about 5 minutes before my third meeting starts, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to hop in there or not. Probably not, but hopefully it'll be a short meeting and I'll be able to get in there and make some more money. So yeah, overall things are going pretty smoothly, and I don't know what I was thinking last night. I was probably just tired and didn't want to go on another long trip, but it is the right thing to do, and we are going to get some blackjack in today, and we'll see how all that goes, but feeling good about today. So letting you go for now. I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Got to this casino right before the next meeting was starting, so I couldn't go in and look at the machines first, but I did volunteer to do my part of the meeting first, and then I told them that there would be a lot of noise behind me, so I'd be on mute for the rest of the meeting. And once I finished my part, I went into the casino with the meeting in my pocket and took care of business in there. I was a little bit late getting here today, so there wasn't much to be found. I did, however, find a couple small plays, and they added up a little bit, and I ended up ahead $121. So plus $121 there, and I'm going to move on to the next spot, and we're going to be playing some blackjack, and I'm excited about it. I've never been so excited to get to the blackjack tables as now, as I am having a problem finding a casino with a good game that is open. So I understand what some people go through, but I thought I was already going through stuff having to travel this far, but getting a little bit worse where I am right now. Anyway, gonna go in there. I don't have any other meetings, I don't believe, for the rest of the day. I'll keep my ID active at work, and I'll be working tonight to catch up on my stuff I'm supposed to do in the daytime, and I'll be back to update you, let you know how things went with the blackjack. Okay guys, I went into the next casino. I got some blackjack in. Hooray, blackjack, yay! Anyway, it was nice to actually play the damn game. Walked in and looked around a little bit and didn't see any slots that looked like they were in range. There were two tables open in the high limit area. One of them was a $200 reserve table with a guy playing $1,000 chips. The other table was not reserved. It was a $50 table with a guy playing $500 and $1,000 chips. And both of them are these like middle-aged guys that you walk in, they look at you with that dirty look like you're bothering them. Like, you know, I don't know, they've had a rough day, a rough life, I don't know, but they're not pleasant people. And the one guy was yelling at the dealer, and I said to my dealer, because I went to a different table, it was a double-deck table, I said to my dealer, how much do you have to bet to be able to abuse the dealers? And the pit boss walked by and smiled, and it's the truth. But anyway, I sit down at a $50 double deck, and this particular dealer is the only one that gives good penetration, and I was lucky. Pretty much, I would say every shoe that I had a positive count, and it would look really good that I would win a hand, raise a unit, win a hand, raise a unit, and then every once in a while I'd win a hand, I'd lose a hand, and the count would go up, and I'd be like frustrated and put it out there. You know how you like slap it on the table real big like you're trying to win your money back. And I was talking to the dealer for a few minutes while I was playing, and everything was pleasant and went pretty well. And in the end, I ended up leaving the table plus 1050, so plus 1050 on the blackjack, and didn't really see anything else on the slots. I looked around again, and a couple of the big machines that I would play and make money in this casino have been converted to dummy slots for stupid people to put money in. So unfortunately, that takes away from income. And a long time ago, I used to break it down like per machine, how much I thought each casino was worth. There'd be 4 of these, they're worth, $8 a piece, because on average I'd win $30 or whatever. And anyway, things are changing all the time. Games are changing all the time. If you knew what you were doing before, everything is different, and you just got to keep educating yourself and staying on top of the game. So anyway, I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry here. It's afternoon already, and I'm pulling into another casino right now. Looks unusually busy. This casino is usually pretty quiet, so we'll hop in there and see what we can do, tear them up a little bit, and I'll be back to report to you. So be right back. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I may have misspoken when I said I'm going to go in there and tear them up. I got nothing. I found nothing. There was nothing to play. It's so unusual. Not even a close play that you could say, oh, well, okay, just this once. Nothing like that. The place was crowded with very elderly people. I don't know if they were brought in from somewhere or what, but the parking lot was full too. So went in, looked around. There was nothing. There were a few machines that were refaced. I don't know if that's the word for it or not, but they put a different skin on the machine, but it's the same old machine. Just trying to get people to play it. Other than that, I really didn't see anything. I saw a lot of borderline plays that are specialized borderline plays that you wouldn't use to make money. You would use for something else. But I'm not working on anything like that right now. So unfortunately, I didn't even put $1 in the machines. Walked around, had something to drink, and walked out. So unfortunate, but the good thing is I wasn't in there very long. Only about 15 minutes or so, and I'm on my way to the next spot here, and hopefully things pick up a little bit. So letting you go for now. Hopefully I can pick up some food on the way to the next spot, and then we'll need to look for some gas. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I have been reading and listening to government regulations relating to cash transaction reports and suspicious activity reports, and there's something called an MTL, which I had never heard about before, but it makes sense. And I thought I had heard a pit boss talk about something similar to it before, and I had mentioned it on the podcast before, but no one got to me about it. So what a MTL is, a money transaction log, and what it is a piece of paper usually. So when you buy in at the table for $2,000 to $3,000, generally in that range, they'll put it on a money transaction log, and then when you go to a different table, it's supposed to move it with you, and then once it gets to a $5,000, then if they suspect any kind of illegal activity, they could do a suspicious activity report. Has to be over $5,000 for that to happen. Once it gets to $10,000, there is a currency transaction report, CTR. So the whole point of this document that I'm talking about is just to keep track of larger buy-ins, which they consider $2,000 or more, so that they can be added together, and they would know whether or not you're over $10,000 for the day. Now, this log would have information about you, including what you look like, how much you bought in for, anything that you may have said about the money, things like that can all be put on that. So just something interesting. And when I read that, I'm thinking to myself, how many hundreds of these do they have on me somewhere? And they have to keep these for at least 5 years. You can imagine the amount of paperwork that they have relating to these documents. So I thought that was something really interesting, and I hope you did too. If you have any questions about it, let me know. If you have any more information that you'd like to share, let me know, and I'm happy to learn more. I'll be back. Oh man, guys, I don't think this has ever happened before. At 00, 2 casinos in a row where I got no money at all. This is nuts. I didn't play a single machine. I did make $1 though. I found $1. Does that count as a profit? I was in there. There was one machine that was getting close, and this guy was waiting for it, who I knew. And then I guess it was the president of gaming for this casino, came by, and he knew him. So the guy doesn't know that he's an advantage player. So he talked to him for a few minutes while he was watching the machine out of the corner of his eye. He was worried that someone would take it in the meantime, but the guy is still sitting there banging away at it, and my friend is sitting at the machine next to it or behind it, waiting for him to get up. So the funny thing about it is I was telling him, hey, I'm on my way home from so-and-so. He's like, I know you walked right by me at the last casino. I'm like, jeez. You know, so focused on the machines that sometimes you miss things that are right in front of you. So anyway, I walked around this whole place. There were a couple borderline plays that were just no good. They were just going to be a rat hole to nothing. So I passed those up and just going to move on here. So unfortunately, luckily the blackjack was good today, but everything else is just not very good right now. So letting you go for now. I'm going to move on to another place and see if something better can happen. All right, guys, I am back. I got something to eat. I got some gas. $2.46 a gallon. It's a tough life over here, but you know, we're finding a way to get through it somehow. Got gas, got food. I'm ready to go. Still moving on to the next casino, and gonna go in there. I expect maybe $100 can be made there, so we'll see how it goes. I think there is some kind of a drawing tonight, so it may be a little bit busy, which is not good, but not for me, because I'm only there for a short time. If you're going to camp out there, I can understand that might be good for you. It's a lot of work, but you know, you deserve the money that you make, because you're busy keeping track of all the machines and where they're at all the time. So anyway, almost to the next casino. 75 degrees, still overcast. Nice day, a little breezy, and yeah, everything's fine. We're around where we want to be for the day so far, but hopefully we can pick up a little bit more. So I'll be back and I'll update you. All right, guys, on my way here, leaving the casino, moving on, went into this place, and I knew right away that it was going to be packed, and even like the VIP parking was full, everything was full. And I remember reading that they had some kind of a drawing today, so I went in there and it really was jam-packed with people. I walked around and looked at whatever I could. A couple of the good machines that I like were froze up. A couple other ones had people sitting at them. A couple other ones were too close to people who were playing, and it would be just too obvious what I was doing. Generally, I will not check the machine right next to someone who is playing. I'll come back around every once in a while. I will, but usually not. And I went all over the casino, looked at everything that I possibly could. I was in there for about 35 minutes or so, and ended up ahead $110. So plus $110 there, and you never know, man. It's like yesterday I made so much money off slots, and today it was so hard to make money off of them. But I guess it depends on where you are and the time of day and who's coming and going and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, trying not to be disheartened. I believe we made the goal for the week now. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow we're going to fight hard and make more money. I'm not positive about the location I want to go tomorrow. The place I really want to go is about 5.5 hours, actually a little bit less, about 4.5 hours each direction. And I'm concerned that, you know, with it being Friday, by the time the high limit area is opened up and things start getting hot and heavy, that it might get too busy and it might be hard for me to play. And I would have wasted all that time. And on the way out and back, there's only one other casino to go to, so I'd be putting all my eggs in one basket. That's one way I could go tomorrow. Another way would be the direction that I went today, and that's okay. Not the greatest, but it's okay. It only gives me one place to play blackjack. I could fit another one for blackjack, but it's a little bit out of the way at a place that's not very tolerant. And a third direction that I could go is where I went yesterday, and right now there are all kinds of problems in that area, so I'm not really positive I want to do that. Another direction that I could go across the border and play there. I have enough Canadian money right now that I wouldn't need to buy in for anything. So, I mean, not buy in, I wouldn't need to buy any Canadian money. That's another way that I could go. And then there's a couple other smaller directions that I could go. One is a 3 casino area with one casino about an hour further. I could do that. And then another way would be just a single casino and back with okay opportunity, not great, or play poker tomorrow. That's all the places that I could go tomorrow and be home in time for the things that I need to do. So I have a lot of thinking to do, and I'll check the weather and see what everything is like tomorrow. I really liked the area that I was at yesterday, the furthest casino that I went to. I'm concerned because the high limit area is full of people who are so friendly with each other, and they kind of don't understand why I don't want to be rated. They're starting to recognize me. One thing I didn't mention about yesterday, and actually I didn't end up doing it because I didn't get the chance to do it. There wasn't enough money made for me to do it, and that is, I'd been growing a beard here for the last couple of weeks. I had a full beard, and I had change of clothes and a hat, and what I was going to do is just switch everything out. I had, you can buy fake glasses with fake glass in them, so you can have different colors all the time if you want to, red, black, white, whatever you want. They also have those ones where you can change the face of them, but what I was going to do was shave, put some glasses on, put a hat on, and then go back in with different clothes on, and try to get another shift in. But I only made $700. I don't think they were that concerned, and then there wasn't even enough room for me to sit down. But anyway, all right, I know that was long, but that's what's going through my mind right now. I'm going to just double check my work, and then I'll decide what to do from here, keeping in mind that I have a meeting in just a little over 3 hours, so I need to be home by then. So I'm going to check out my opportunities, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. Okay, based on time, I could make it to one more place, but I made a phone call. Actually, what happened was I was driving. Someone rang the doorbell to the house, and I saw my son walk out, and he reminded me about the $50 I ordered for him from the bank. So I called the bank, and they said that they were in, and I can pick them up. So I'm going to skip any more casinos right now. I'm going to head to the bank, grab the $50, go home, get some dinner, and then go to my meeting tonight. And then when I get done with that meeting, go back, and my son and I can sort through some of those, and that's going to be pretty fun for him. We're really happy for him. So I don't know if you guys have ever done that before, but it's a really good thing to do with your kids. They can collect, and you can actually make money. You'll find some silver $50. There's 90%, and there's 40% $50 Kennedy halves, and it's pretty cool to do that with your kids. And especially when you find a silver one, you open up a roll and you'll see the side of it's a little bit different, and you'll see that it's a silver one. So anyway, I'm heading over there right now. I'm going to pick that up and head home, and then we'll figure things out from there. I'm thinking about going to a casino actually tonight. We'll see, though. We'll see how things go. I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am on my way to my meeting now. I did go to the bank. I got the $50, took them home, and I ended up actually getting 400 of them for my son. So we started going through them. We went through about 60 of them so far, filled up a lot of his book, and he actually found one that was a little odd. So in the year, I think it was, what year was that? 2000, They were made in Denver and Philadelphia, so there's a D or a P on the $50. But he had one that has an S on it, which usually means San Francisco, and it turns out it's part of a proof set. So I had some nice coin holders, clear coin holder plastic, and I got that out and put it in there for him. So right now I'm on my way to my meeting, and then when I get home, we'll do some more with that, and he's having fun with it. So, and then also I'll figure out where I'm going to go tomorrow. So right now heading off to my meeting, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So, man, I am so tired now. It is after 9 o'clock now, and just finished up this meeting and heading back home now. While I was in the meeting, I was trying to figure out where I should go tomorrow and what I should do, and I've got it narrowed down to either of two different possibilities. One of them is actually possibly crossing the border into Canada and spending a day there, just going to 2 casinos and then stopping at a bank and putting my money in a safe deposit box, and then picking up Canadian money that I have in the safe deposit box and take that across the border. That would keep me under the 10,000 limit, and then just play all day in Canada. So I would play 2 casinos in the US, all day in Canada, and then unfortunately heading back home, all the money that I had in the US money I wouldn't be able to get out of the safe deposit box because the bank would be closed, and I would drive all the way back home, and I wouldn't be back in that area till late next week probably. So I'd be without that, let's say 20 to 30,000 for that long. That's one option. The other option is to go a similar route that I did yesterday, where I go to 2 or 3 casinos. Actually, I would just actually do the original route from yesterday, the way it was supposed to be, which would be go to 1 casino and then go to that far off casino and spend the day there. If I left home at 6:30, I could be there by noon, and then play there till 5 or 6, be home about 1, and I would avoid the busy times. But would I be able to make enough for it to be worthwhile, or does it make sense to do the same thing I did today? So I think I'm not gonna go to Canada. I'm probably gonna either go where I went yesterday or where I went today. If I go where I went today, it's gonna be a whole different group of people, just knowing what their schedule is. If I do the route from yesterday, and skip the middle casinos, just go first, second, and then come back, I think that might work as well, although it might be the same crowd, but who cares? I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but I had grown a beard. I think I mentioned it earlier. I'd grown a beard and I was going to shave it. I did shave it tonight, so I have no beard, and I've got glasses I can wear. I look like a whole different person, and some kind of hat, old man hat or something, and I think that would work. And I could probably play the low limit and high limit if the double deck is available in both places. And I understand that sometimes on Fridays you can get the double deck in both places. So I think that's probably for sure one of those two. I'll make a final determination tonight, and then we'll be off early tomorrow morning. And I was actually going to check to see what meetings I had for tomorrow, and I forgot to do that. Checking it right now, actually. And for tomorrow, I have a 10 to 11 and an 11 to 12. That would work perfectly because I'd be done at the first casino by 9:30, and I'd be at the second casino by like 12:30. So that would work very well if we did that. So that's the direction I'm leaning. So we'll see how it goes. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. MWUSA21@gmail.com. MWUSA21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.